How goes it, everybody? Welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Hopefully, you guys are having an awesome day. I had the distinct pleasure of interviewing one of my best, closest friends, like a brother from another mother. We've known each other since elementary school. It's crazy. Mr. Christopher Edwards, how you doing today, sir?
Doing good. How you doing, brother?
Oh, I'm doing great now that I have the pleasure of speaking with you, man. So tell the people about who you are, what your business is about, the name of it, how long you've been in existence, et cetera, and so forth, please.
All right, how you doing? Like Larry said, my name is Christopher Edwards. I am the sole owner of Reaching Out Consultants. It is a digital marketing agency, and my job is to bring businesses customers, plain and simple. We use it through various options, various strategies through Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. We do everything we can to bring people customers, bottom line.
Very nice. And in today's digital world, you need more and more people like yourself and the great services that you all provide at the same time. And how long have you been an entrepreneur and in this business?
Going on 3 years, going on 4 years now. I started it in 2016. Yeah, so about 4 years now.
Okay, very nice. And where do you see the for services like yourself? Where do you see it actually going in the future? As far as, do you see it growing? As far as people needing your kind of service, especially with the digital age, digital jobs, and digital businesses ever growing or whatnot? Or do you see it staying stagnated? I mean, what's your prediction?
Be honest with you, everybody keeps saying sky's the limits, but for me, the sky is just a view. And the reason why I say that is because a lot of people that go into business, they go into business for various skill sets, but they may not have the marketing side of it. So my job is to relieve them of that stress of how we're going to get more customers besides word of mouth. So
absolutely,
if I can bring them more customers through my strategies, and usually I have a conversation on firsthand to find out, okay, what their strengths are, how we can build on the strengths, and also fix up any loopholes or weaknesses that they may have. So all they got to focus on is just their business. So like if there's like a lawyer and he's good the way he would be a lawyer, but he can't get them customers to him, I can bring him the customer so he can focus on what he does best, is basically being a lawyer.
Right.
So like I said, the sky is not a limit, it's just a view. So if everybody, so any businesses that wants to just focus on business, then you can just contact me. We could go through 20-minute, 30-minute consultation call, and we just go from there and build.
Absolutely. And that's a service that's you cannot put a price tag on, because like you said, there's so many business owners out there, especially nowadays. There's way more than it was before we became adults. And they don't have the time to focus on the promotion and the business aspect, that they just have to do the work. And they don't want to have to focus on doing these other services, because a lot of times it hinders their services that they're actually providing. And then that they're not providing such a great service or product, and therefore they have a chance of the customers not even stagnating, but actually going down. And with that being said, obviously the profits go down. If the profits go down, they run risk of losing their business. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Exactly, and that's the one thing I definitely do not want to happen while on my watch. Actually, I got a prime example. Actually, there's one person I'm actually working with right now. She actually lives in Woodbridge. You know her as well.
Oh, okay.
She lived in Rollwood. We actually went to school together, everything like that, and she got herself a home improvement service.
Oh, nice.
So I talked to her since I knew her for a while. Like, you know what? Let's do this. Let's go a little trial and error. Let's just test out, see what we want to do. And we're actually going to plan on trying to get a website going. Actually plan on getting business cards set up. Get her logo. She already got a logo on on a hoodie that she got. That I think is fantastic. So I'm gonna just copy that logo and make it to business cards for her.
Okay, very nice.
But when we did actual test, I'm like, let's just play around and see what we can do. I did a Facebook advertisement directly through Facebook Messenger.
Oh, perfect.
So we had a few hits on there that actually worked out in the first week. But at the same time, she said she'd been getting a lot of calls and stuff. So it made a lot of impact. So now I'm reworking that ad as we speak. So now we actually could have it set up where not only she would still get the calls, she'll still get the messengers, but we get to track it better. So now we can do retargeting ads to let's say if somebody to click on her ad, then go the first time, maybe maybe a few weeks down the road, that ad pop again, like, hey, have you ever had any problem with your faucet or something? Contact her, she'll take care of you. So
perfect.
So it's working. It just, like I said, trial and error, but we just have strategy talk, and that's how we do to bring in customers.
Oh, absolutely. And I would imagine with any business and any service that anyone provides, there's always going to be the trial and error. Not what might work for her might not work for me, et cetera, and so forth. It might not work for somebody else, but you got to figure out what works the best. And that way you're ensuring that you're providing her with great quality service. And then I would imagine with that, as her business grows, then the good word of mouth grows for you, and then you have a better chance of other people utilizing your services.
Exactly, and every service that I do is tailor made for that business. There's no business or no service that I do is it's the same from one person to another person. So everything's all tailor made, so we can make sure that we get the best results for that business.
Okay, see, that's what I'm talking about. And speaking of business, with your current and future success, do you have any plans to increase your revenue, placing it in additional places like real estate investments, possibly stocks, bonds, cryptocurrencies, et cetera?
Well, starting with my business, because obviously my passion is to help other people.
Gotcha.
That's always been the case. Obviously now when I'm helping people, I'm now getting a payment for helping them. But
right.
But for me, when I help their business, I get a big old smile on my face. So
that's what I'm talking about.
So my main goal is to partner up with anybody that had the same mindset that I have, or their mindset maybe better than mine, and I want to just go be around and soak it up like a sponge. So it could be cryptocurrency. I know about it because of my background in information cybersecurity. So I know about cryptocurrency. Obviously, I know about real estate, obviously through you and another buddy of ours. I'm actually going to say his name, Mr. Anthony Jones.
Oh yeah, prime time head, real estate guy. I mean,
yes, I know he's doing his thing out there as well as a real estate. My father-in-law, he's now doing real estate as well. So
nice.
I might hop into it, but at the same time, I do it a little differently. Where instead of me just jumping and doing what they are being realtors, I might follow the same path as you, just buying a property and renting it out. So
right.
My goal is for me is to get my business going to the point that I can just sit back and look at my net profit. Obviously, when it comes to business, gross and net pay are totally different.
Absolutely.
But look at my net pay, like, you know what? Now I could put it towards plan B, start building that up, or plan C, build that up. So it's a process. But but me focus on my business, get that going, it's going to be a domino effect for everything else. And at the same time, we both have family and friends, and most of our friends intertwine with each other. They can see what we're doing, and they can be like, "Hey, how can I get involved in this too?
Yes.
What can I do? How can I fix this? Let's get this going."
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And we, like I said, we already know we got, like I said, one of our closest friends. He's great in accounting. He's good with his money. How about we get him into the accounting firm, have his own accounting business? He always been good with his money. Sometimes stingy with his money, but he always been good with it. I mean, look, when it comes to money, you ain't got to worry about him. He's straight.
I know that's right.
Okay? You ain't got to worry about him.
When you're right on that one. No argument there.
Yeah, he's always good with his money. So, like, you know what? How about we get you your an accounting firm for you?
Yes, especially in the new year.
Right, I can market you to get you more accounting firm clients, and at the same time, you can watch my money so I don't go overboard with it.
Exactly,
and it'd be a win-win.
Exactly, it's a good old team situation, aka what we just discussed before I started recording: group economics, helping each other, hands ups, not handouts. That's what I'm talking about,
Right, and everybody that we know has a skill. Everybody that we know has a skill set. Everybody that we know has an opinion.
Absolutely.
We know a couple of our buddies got their own podcast.
Exactly.
I even told them, like, hey, and I told them what you guys need. microphones, cameras,
Yes.
programs. I said I will invest into y'all to get all this stuff going. And at the same time, I will market your podcast.
There
I
you
have
go.
no problem doing that because I can see things that a lot of people don't see.
Right. Exactly.
I can see the end results for it, the end game for it. And I know that their podcast is going to be very lucrative because everybody has an opinion. And I think their opinion right now is one of the best I ever heard.
I couldn't
So
agree with you
why
more.
not invest in their podcast to get what they need.
Exactly.
At the same time, I have the resources to tell them, okay, here's where we want to go. Like I actually listened to a podcast from a lady that she actually hit me up on Facebook.
Okay.
And she's like, hey, I just brought because I've been in plenty of Facebook groups like starting new businesses and everything like that. And she's like, hey, I got a podcast that just started out. It's on Spotify.
Right.
And I'm like, wow, you got a podcast on Spotify. How did that work out? And she told me how it got done. I'm like, that's pretty good. You got me sold on that. And when I heard the podcast, it was amazing. Okay. But she got it on Spotify.
Wow, that is awesome. And it's like I said, you just never know which platform somebody will utilize to enhance their viewers and their followers. You know what I mean? It's just, and like you said, the fact that you said you help invest in them, and the thing is, are they ready to go to the next level, or are they just in their comfort zone?
That's another thing. That's another thing. Obviously, another discussion with that. Are they ready? I believe they are.
Right.
So I have no problem investing in it.
I know that's right.
So that's how I feel. I will invest. Like I said, I can invest in them. Obviously, I know you're ready. I can invest in you. Taxi's right on the corner anyway. So I have no problem.
My favorite time of year now.
I have no problem investing in you because I know you're going to take that and run with it.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and that's what it's all about. It's like and it goes back into my next question. Why do you think so many people are becoming entrepreneurs nowadays?
Because now they're doing the research on their own. Like us, for example, we have strong entrepreneur mindset.
Right.
I'm not sure that's a word, but we'll go with it. But with that being said, let's see. I just turned 35 a few weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine all the stuff that we learned if we learned it while we were in high school, when we were 15, 16 years old.
Bingo.
Especially when us, after living in the DC area at the time, where all the businesses, all the defense contractors are now moving and going, basically because of I call it the war economy, but that's what it was. But imagine if you knew that stuff when we turned 18, when we were eligible to put money in the stocks like Lockheed Martin, another defense contractor. Mantech. Yeah, a lot of them. Imagine we put our money into that, even though it's sad to think about putting money into the war economy.
Right.
But we also put money into like oils.
Exactly.
Amazon, as popular as it is now, it wasn't popular back then.
Exactly. Just imagine.
And just imagine and here's another thing. Just imagine if we knew about how big Facebook was going to be, because they didn't know they're a private company at the time. Facebook alone would have made us millionaires outside of that.
We wouldn't have to have a job. I mean, if you really think about it, even when the economy tanked, their stocks were still rising. Okay, back in 07, those were the stocks to still buy because they were still rising.
Right.
And we would have got into cryptocurrency in the beginning.
Mm-hmm. And that's because just us as people, and I'm talking about everybody, it doesn't matter about race, culture, whatever.
Right.
If you don't have the knowledge or the intelligence to figure that stuff out, you only can go so far. All of us has been known to go to school, get a good education, get a job, and then when you turn 60, maybe you can relax.
Hence the word maybe.
Yeah, but some people that let's say I'm not anybody now because now it makes sense. But when people that are born into money,
right,
they have a different mindset because now it's like okay. They know what to do with that money and know how not to lose it.
Exactly.
And all that we were doing, even that we are doing it right now, is how to gain money and how to earn and spending our time for that money while they're
Right.
spending money for their time.
Exactly. They were taught the principles of wealth, out the womb. And that's the thing that like now I preach is like every conversation I have, we could be talking about the team in the NFL. I'm going to revolve it around money, not because I'm materialistic. It's because I put it on the same pedestal as breathing, drinking water, watching sports, whatever you want to name that's important to you, your children, your spouse. I put it on that same plateau because Dr. Royce Watkins, right?
Mm-hmm.
He says every family, especially every Black family, should have a business in that family. Not everyone needs to be a business owner, but everybody needs to be an investor.
Yeah.
And that's just simple right then and there. The principles of wealth. I mean, I don't know if I ever told you this, but a 7-Eleven that I used to go to regularly.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed he was the owner. I said, hey, sir, I noticed I've seen you at various other locations. He owns 7-Elevens throughout the state of Virginia. I said, how is this possible? He's like, oh, it's very simple. And he said it just like this. It's very simple. My family, we own 7-Elevens because all of our family members, when we came to the United States, we had a pact to form our own family corporation. I said, oh, really? How does that work? Well, the family corporation, every person when they're of working age, they must contribute. And he rounded up to, I think they have 500 to 600 people in their family throughout the United States. They have to contribute at least $200 a year to the family pot. That goes into various stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and things of that nature, and you gotta let it grow over time. Then every year they have a family reunion, like a lot of families, right? But at the family reunion, guess what they do? Everybody who wants to open their own business, they can take money from that pot because they're investors, okay? It's like crowdfunding in a sense. However, every time you present a business idea, it has to benefit the whole entire family, and a percentage of the profits from that business goes to back to the family's mutual fund.
Oh wow!
Yes, so, this is a family, okay, that owns not only his family owns 7-Elevens, but guess what? The other members of his family, they own gas stations, they own hotels, Subway franchises. I could go on.
Yeah, and let me just add on to that too, because I'm going to put the numbers together. So
right. Please do.
You said he has a family, let's say 500 people.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and they put in $200 a year.
Yes, a piece.
Okay, each,
yes.
Each person. So
each person, yes.
So that totals up $200 a year per person out of 500 people. That's $100,000.
Bingo.
So basically, right then and there, if one business want to get open per year,
yes,
that's it right there. So now let's do the math again. So
yes.
$200 a year. Okay.
Yes.
Divided by 12 months. You only put it in $16.67 per month.
Per month. And there you have it. And with that money in each franchise, there's a percentage that always goes back to the family bank. It's like their own little banking system, and it's going into stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. And then they continuously buy more they buy at least 2 to 3 franchises a year.
Now, let me ask you one question real quick, man.
Yes.
Before we continue on. Can I cuss just one time?
Please.
Okay. I'm just looking at the numbers right now.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Bingo.
I mean, right there, like, damn. That's
bingo.
I didn't even think about it like that. And probably after we have our call, I'm probably gonna tell my family, let's do the same thing. Because
the concept, right?
Obviously, I don't have a family of 500 people, but just that number right there, I mean,
yeah,
wow.
And then bear in mind, they buy real estate, they take equity out of real estate, and they buy more real estate.
I mean, wow. That's
the American dream. I don't know about you, but that's what the American dream is. Regular working people putting their money together. Is it perfect? No. I'm sure there was bumps in the road that this gentleman did not tell me about, because nothing is worth working for is perfect. However, those simple principles of wealth.
Yeah.
I said, I guarantee your kids might get a top-notch education, but you and your wife teach your children the principles of wealth. And the simple words were, well, of course.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean,
my kids go to a community college, Ivy League school, or they go to trade school. they're going to know the principles of wealth so that they have the option to never have to work for somebody. They can have a job all they want, but I want my daughter and son, when they leave college or high school, have a house. Here you go. Here's a house. Here's a car. Here's a business.
Yeah, think about it. Just $100,000 for 1 year loan. Let's just say, okay, $100,000. Let's just say you put $200 a year per person.
Yes.
We're not going to touch that for like 5 years.
Exactly.
That's $500,000 right there. So here's a graduation pension. Here's $30,000 in an LLC for you.
Yes.
So
simple principles of wealth by just working, a simple concept of working together.
Yeah,
I said, if I could get 40 people in my family to do that, we could change the trajectory of the Pattersons altogether.
I'm going to force my family to do this. I'm going to force them to do this. And my wife already gave me the green light. If I had to, I can make a flight back to Virginia and let them know, like, hey, we need to do this now.
Now. Like, people are buying businesses and buying real estate by doing these simple things. People always, like we were talking about earlier, how all these people who immigrate to the United States are able to do these things. It's a crazy concept by just sticking together and putting your money together and to the right things.
They also realize what will happen if they don't.
Exactly.
And that's one thing that us as Americans, because we are, even though no matter what you say politics, we are a top-notch country that people still come to.
Absolutely.
Imagine us with no knowledge go to where they came from.
Exactly.
So they know what will happen if things don't work out and they got to go back.
Yes, exactly.
We don't really now. Obviously, me and you, we do know what will happen. We go back.
Right.
My family, just looking at the situation for them in the projects, I'm like, I ain't trying to go back to that. I'm trying to get out of there.
Exactly. But see, the difference is with them is when they do go back, they have a house to go back to. Because a lot of times they go back, they buy land, they buy homes, they bring businesses, because that crazy thing of the global economy, that never leaves their mind. Now, a lot of the kids that are born here, yeah, it does. But for them, a lot of times they try to keep that connection because they got money. Like, you see how the Ghana year of return thing, like, we're starting to get that whole money circling the globe, because that's what they do. Like, Mexico and parts of Central and South America are richer now because they have money circling from America down there and back. It's like a freaking merry-go-round.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's another thing we have to get on. So, but before we run out of time, Chris, one last question. Do you own do you have a Black bank account? And if you don't, do you plan to get one anytime in the near future to support?
I don't have one yet. But I'm actually 2020, I am going to get one.
Awesome. Yeah, I got one with One United. I opened it up this month, makes it a year. So yeah, it's definitely something to look into. Supporting the local community banks and whatnot. And I just utilize it for my businesses and whatnot. Not just keep it separate from my business account. For my personal account and whatnot. But yeah, please look into it. There's still various amounts of them out there. Obviously in the online age, it makes it so much easier to open an account.
Right.
But you don't have to physically go down and do it yourself anymore.
Absolutely. I'm actually looking into it. Trying to figure out a way how to not only open the account, but because my main job, they have actually a good benefit for me opening an account with them.
Okay, that makes sense.
Still get another account that I can, because right now I have, obviously because being married, you always got to have a joint account.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
to work with the bills, but I have a personal account that I have a already online account that actually has good interest rates when it comes to keep money in there. So
I know that's right.
So I'm gonna have to make a way to open up another Black bank account.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And then find a way how to get that transfer from my paychecks and my business, do a 3-way transfers over. So
Oh yeah. And in today's age, it makes it so easy. So thanks for doing this interview, man. I know it was last minute. I greatly appreciate it. I'm proud of you. You inspired me and all of us here back home. That's why I'm West Coast bound in 2020. No matter how I look at it, it's going down.
You better go, man.
Kevin Hart would say, it's about to go down. So please give your contact information. I'll make sure that your website is in the comment section. I mean, within the description section when I put this on YouTube and Facebook.
Okay, yeah. So anybody that's have a business that's trying to bring in more customers, you can feel free to reach me out at Christopher.Edwards@reachingoutconsultant.com. Also have my website, reachingoutconsultants.com. I'm actually going to revamp it where I can have a lot of topics and articles in there that you guys can go ahead and read up and everything. That's going to actually help improve your businesses. But at the same time, just contact me directly through emails. I'll be happy to answer any of your questions. Also, I have a Reaching Out Consultant Facebook page as well. You can go there, message me through Facebook Messenger. I will reply back as soon as possible to just answer your questions. And if you want to work with me to help you bring you more customers, I'll definitely have some strategy tailor-made for your business to get you your best results ever.
Awesome. And on that note, family, Happy New Year. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out his business, and always do better. And remember to continuously do great things. Take care.